want to introduce to you the very best head coach in all of football, Coach Nick Saban.
Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Appreciate it. I didn't get a chance to meet everybody today like I usually do because we usually take a picture before now, but we kind of got rained out with a couple hundred guys, which we'll make up in the morning. But I want to welcome each and every one of you here and tell you how much we appreciate the fact that you would come here and invest your time in trying to be a better athlete by coming here and working hard. You know, there's three things that I've told every player that I've ever coached. 8 years in the NFL, I told NFL players this, I tell our players this. You know, there's three things that you can do that take no ability. You can give effort. Does everybody know what effort is? It means you're doing it as hard as you can do it until the finish line. Whatever the coach defines as a finish line, that's what effort is. And it's 100% of what you can do. That really takes no ability. It just takes a mindset and a sense of urgency to give the effort and to finish the drill. The second thing is having mental toughness to be able to sustain what you're doing. I can promise you, for some of you guys, this camp's not going to probably be easy. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be hot outside. You're going to do difficult drills. You're going to work harder than you're accustomed to. All things that will benefit you. But will you be able to sustain it? Because what I see in this camp is a lot of guys end up standing on the sidelines and not finishing because mentally they can't stay with it. Mentally can't stay with it. Life is difficult. This camp will be difficult, but you have to overcome adversity if you're going to have a chance to be successful in your life. There can be no great victories in your life unless you can overcome adversity. You can't be a great competitor unless you can overcome adversity. That's mental. It has nothing to do with physical ability. And the last thing is everybody be responsible to be able to do your job. So we're going to teach you things, how to do drills, how to run plays, how to play defenses, coverages. So you're going to get taught things. Are you going to be able to go out there when they make a call and do your job? Know what to do. That doesn't take ability. Doesn't take ability. You might not be able to run as fast as the next guy, but you know what to do. And you know how to do it, and you understand why it's important to do it that way. So those three things take no ability. There is a prerequisite for all those things, though. It's conditioning. Because when you get tired, you'll not be able to do any of those things. You'll loaf when you're tired, so you won't give effort. Fatigue makes cowards of us all. Vince Lombardi said that. So when you get tired, you won't have the toughness that you need, mental toughness. And when do you make most mistakes in terms of being able to do your job? When you get tired, okay? So you got to be in condition. So part of what we do is to try to teach you how to do things so that you can condition yourself to be able to sustain your performance, which is very important. All right, now I'm going to talk to you about something else. I don't know how many of you guys really know what you want to do. Really know what you want to do. But let me just tell you this. To be successful at something, you know, people ask me all the time. They say, what does it take to win? Like, I'll bet you one of you guys would like to ask me, Coach, what does it take to win? And, you know, everybody thinks I'm going to say good game plan, good preparation, good system on offense, defense, special teams, ability to adjust in the game. But you know what the most important thing is? All those things are important, but the most important thing is mindset. Your mindset. Your mindset. And you know how you get the right mindset? Is first of all, you have to have a vision for what you want to accomplish. Is everybody paying attention to me? You should be looking at me right now. A vision for what you want to accomplish. Now, some people want to climb Mount Everest. That's okay. If that's what you want to do and that's your vision, that's okay. Some other guy will spend 1,000 hours taking 1/10 of a second off his 400-meter time so he can win a gold medal in the Olympics. That's okay. That's his vision. I really don't care what your vision is. But you got to have one. You got to know what you want to do. It's got to be important to you. You got to commit to it. Because the second thing is there's going to be a process of things that you have to do to be able to accomplish that vision. So if you want to be a good student in school, if that's your vision, I want to make straight A's. Well, there's a certain amount of studying, preparation, working that's going to go with your ability to make these A's. If I want to say I want to lose 20 pounds, I'm going to be on a diet. That's my vision. Is that right? So there's 1,000 diets out there that I can get on that'll define a process for me to lose 20 pounds. Slim fast. Is that right? That's right. The third thing you have to be able to do, which is the most important and where most people fail at climbing Mount Everest, winning a gold medal in the Olympics, losing 20 pounds. The third thing is you have to have the discipline to execute every day. You know what you want to do, you know what you got to do it. But can you have the discipline to execute it every day? Now, what is discipline? Doing what you're supposed to do, when you're supposed to do it, the way it's supposed to get done. Dad tells you to cut the grass. There's a way to do it. There's a time to do it. That's what you got to do. Time to study. But I'm going to ask you another question, all right, because you can all relate to this, because this is what I tell our players discipline is. Here's something that you know you're supposed to do. Your mom tells you to clean up your room. That's something you're supposed to do. You don't want to do it. Like sometimes you got to study, you don't really want to do it. Sometimes coach says we got to run sprints, you don't really want to do it. But you know you're supposed to do it. You don't want to do it. Can you make yourself do it? That's discipline. And then over here, there's something that you know you are not supposed to do, but you want to do it. How many of you guys see that little thing of that little boy that wasn't supposed to eat any muffins or something, or biscuits or something? All right, and it's on YouTube, and he's arguing with his mom so he doesn't get a spanking. Something he wasn't supposed to do. Is that right? That he wanted to do. Can you make yourself not do it? Everybody's going out. All the girls are going to go do something they're not supposed to do. You're supposed to stay home and study. You know that's it. Can you make yourself do it? You guys getting the point here? Now, you can't go through a day. I can't go through a day. Your parents can't go through a day where we don't have to make a couple hundred of those decisions. And you know the bad thing about it is, you only got to make one. You can make 10,000 right and one wrong and mess your whole self up. Furthermore, if you don't have discipline, you're always going to be disappointed. You're going to suffer through one of two things in your life: the pain of disappointment or the pain of discipline. Because if you don't have discipline, you're always going to be disappointed. If you have discipline, it's difficult to make those decisions all the time. Very important. You really can't have character as a person if you can't have discipline to make the right choices and decisions about what you do and what you don't do. Because your thoughts, your habits, and your priorities will help you make those choices and decisions, and they'll make you what you are. Good person, bad person, hardworking, lazy, responsible, irresponsible, all based on that. Now, we're going to define things for you in this camp. That's going to be a process of what you have to do to get better. I'm not going to say it's going to be easy. We're not trying to make it hard. We're trying to make you better. We're trying to make you better. Now, here's some things that you're going to have to do. You're going to have to work and invest your time. Now, there's two things you can do with your time. You can invest your time, or you can spend it. Some of you guys are not paying attention right now. You're just spending your time. When you play Nintendo at home, are you investing time or spending it? Spending it. When you study so you make good grades, so you can go to college someday, are you investing your time? Yes, you are. You're investing your time. When you work and try to do things the right way in this camp, are you investing your time? When you sit home and watch TV, you spending or investing? Spending. All right, so my next question is, which one of these do you do the most? I'm asking you to invest your time in the vision of what you want to do, what's important to you. And I know you can invest in one thing. That's getting an education. That's the one thing. All right, the second thing you're going to learn in this camp is you're going to learn perseverance. Do you know what perseverance is? It means that everything is not going to go perfectly for you. There's going to be some barrier, adversity. You're going to fail at something. And you know, when you fail at it, you're going to get corrected. How are you going to manage that? What are you going to say? When you get corrected, what are you going to say? Coach me, coach. Teach me. I'm listening to what you have to say. I'm going to try to do it. And you know what some of you guys are going to do? You're going to give us a lecture on why you did what you did. You're going to tell me why you did what you did. I don't care why you did it. I'm telling you how to do it so you can get better. So you don't have to, we're not criticizing you. We're teaching you. If we criticize you, you can explain. We're not going to criticize you. We're going to teach you. If we're teaching you, you need to listen and learn. Look at me. Everybody look at me right now. How many ears do I have? How many mouths? My dad always told me that means God wanted you to listen twice as much as you talk. Try it. You can't learn anything that you already know. You have to know something to speak. So we want you to listen and say, coach me, coach, so that I can take a failing that I had and turn it into a positive by learning something from the mistake that I made. You know, there used to be a commercial about Michael Jordan, and it used to say, I've taken 26 game-winning shots and missed. I've played in 384 NBA games and lost. And then he walks in the locker room and says, but because I fail is why I succeed. Everybody understands what he's saying, right? I already said this. You can't be a good competitor if you can't overcome adversity. So you have to have perseverance. And you got to be where your feet are, guys. You listening to what I'm saying? You guys are going to make a mistake, and I'm going to see you get frustrated. And it's going to affect the next play that you play because you're going to be frustrated and disappointed. That's not being where your feet are. The last play that you played is history. The only thing it's good for is learning something. And if you did really good on the last play, and I'll see that in Bama ball, when I watch you guys play Bama ball out there, at night, guy will make a play. He's so happy, he's giddy for the next 5 plays. Is he playing the next play right? No. So if you're thinking about what happened in the past and it was bad, you're frustrated, that's affecting your performance. If it was really good, you get a little complacent. You don't think it's important to do the next thing right. Like when you make an A on the midterm, you think you can take it easy in school for a couple weeks and make a C on the next test and still have a B average. That's not winning a championship that way. Does everybody kind of get the point here? You got to persevere. If you're going to be a competitor, you got to be relentless. Be where your feet are. Don't worry about what's going to happen in the future. That just creates a bunch of anxiety. How about right now? Whatever we do in the next minute, that's what you're focused on. When we start flexibility, that's what you're focused on. When we do individual, that's what you're focused on. Everybody agree with that? We're not thinking about what's going to happen in the future. We're not thinking about what happened in the past, not what happened yesterday in practice, nothing but what I can do right now. That's the best way to compete. And when you play in a game, you play the same way. Play every play like it has a history and life of its own. What happened on the last play doesn't matter. Not worried about the end of the game. Scoreboard doesn't matter. What happens on the next play is what matters. I know you all probably don't watch women's softball, but our women's softball team was in a national championship against Florida. Best 2 out of 3. They were playing great. They won every game. Girl from Florida in the 4th inning hits a home run off of our best pitcher. Whole team changed. Whole team changed. I'm going to tell you one story. My friend, Joe Lipsy, was a middleweight boxer. You never heard of him. This happened in the 90s. Marvin Hagler is the best middleweight boxer in the world at that time and was for 10 years, and he was the champ. So my buddy is going to fight him in Las Vegas. He's 17-1 underdog. Doesn't have a chance to win. Fights on TV. Everybody says, my man Joe's not getting through the first round. Won the first round, won the second round, won the third round. In the 4th round, he got knocked out. He almost got killed. Ended his boxing career. So I saw him 3 or 4 months later. I said, Joe, what happened? Guy hit you and hurt you and you couldn't defend yourself? He said, no. I hit him with my best punch at the end of the 3rd round, and it never fazed him. So I never thought I could win after that. You guys get the point? The champ won the championship not by what he dished out, but how he took the guy's best punch. That's part of being a competitor too. That's part of being relentless. That's part of playing the next play. And my man Joe shouldn't have let that bother him. He should have kept fighting. So I want to see every one of you have pride in performance to be the best you can be in this camp for the next 3.5 days, so that you can get better and you can go back and be better, and that's what our coaches are here to do. But remember those first 3 things: effort, toughness to sustain, responsible to do my job, and understand what you're supposed to do. Anybody have any questions about that? All right, give me 3. Give me 3. All right, we're ready to get started here, guys. Let's go.